hey there again, everybody. Boyd here with you. Well, just a quick little video to show you guys what I've been monkeying around with out in the shop here the last couple nights. But before we get going, just want to say another quick shout out to you guys again for all the well wishes and the concern that you guys had for us through the great Texas winter storm of 2021. We're recovered just fine here. We've had some nice weather the last couple days. It's been up in the 70s already again. And almost feels like an early spring now, if you imagine that, going from that extreme to the other. But up around the Dallas area, they're still having a little bit of trouble, mainly with bursted water pipes and all that. But our store shelves are slowly but surely stocking back up. They lifted the water drinking restriction here the other day, so we're in pretty good shape. Thankfully, we never lost power through the whole thing like I talked about. Otherwise, we would have had to evacuate. But we were able to hunker down here and ride it out. So thanks again, everybody. And we're still thinking of all those people around the Dallas, and some of the people in Houston are still struggling a little bit. Hopefully they'll be back on their feet real soon. But here is the 1/12 scale Monogram 57 Chevy kit. I mentioned a couple videos ago I was going to be starting on this one. Going to be working on this one in the MPC 22-inch Eagle. I decided to hop on this one first because I've just wanted to build this kit for a long time. I just love these old big scale Monogram car kits. And here's what I've got so far, you guys. I decided to go with the factory silver and white paint job on it. I've looked at some videos on YouTube, some beautiful builds of this kit that are out there. And a lot of guys went with black or red, or one guy did a really nice kind of a root beer bronze colored one. And I thought I'd go with something a little bit different. I've always liked silver, and I think it contrasts really nice with the two-tone red and black interior. These are all factory colors. I looked at a lot of pictures of the 57 Chevys. And this kit comes with the ability to build it either bone stock or kind of hop it up a little bit. You can go from the stock engine all the way up to a, like a dual quad tunnel ram setup with, you get two different hoods. One's cut open to have that popping up. But I decided to do this kind of like a little mild hot rod version. When I saw the Krager SS wheels that it came with, I fell in love with them because they're some of the nicest ones that I've seen in a model kit. They're just gorgeous, so I decided to use them. And then I went with the red line tires, gave it that kind of classic look, painted the red lines on and everything, detailed out the mags and all that. The silver that I use for the paint is this Duplicolor. I buy this stuff at O'Reilly's just for, it makes for a good base coat. I didn't go with my craft acrylic this time because they had this in stock, the exact color that matched the original Chevy color. So that laid down really nice, and then I've got two coats of my automotive 2K clear on the top. The paint turned out really nice. I'm just only going to have to do some very minor polishing on it. And silver, if you guys, you guys that are familiar with painting, silver can be kind of a pain in the butt because you can get like ghosting, what we call ghosting, like streaks or spots where the metallic, gets kind of weird on you. It's going to show any kind of a flaw. So I'm really happy with how it came out. I spent a lot of time prepping the body and sanding and priming and get everything, really smooth. So that worked out really good. Got the white top on here, and I think it, looks really nice. Now, one of the things that one of the reasons I wanted to build this kit was, like a lot of you guys out there, I'm always trying to learn and improve, and I've built tons of model cars over the years, but I've never actually worked with bare metal foil. And I've always used, either the Sharpie or the Molotov pen. And this car has a lot of chrome on it, especially up around the roof here. All the side chrome molding you get with the kit, the belt line molding there and everything. You don't get the rocker chrome, so I'm going to have to do that. But so I've been watching a lot of videos about bare metal foil application. A couple guys I'm watching that are really good at this stuff are Dr. Cranky and Don Yost and a couple other guys out there. They put out some really cool videos on how to do foil, and one of the things that they recommended was that you use a really sharp blade. And they said, a number 11 blade's not even really good enough, brand new. You want to use like a surgical blade, a scalpel type blade. So I went and ordered some of those, and they'll be here in the next couple of days. They said that's kind of the key because you don't have to push really hard. It'll cut through that foil nice and slick. And the other thing is that they recommend using a kit that has, if you're starting out learning, that has really clear, defined lines, that you can follow when you're doing your cutting. Now, being this is a large scale kit in 12 scale, that, of course, the lines are going to be bigger and easier to see and everything. So I figured that this would be a good kit to practice on. Now, if I try it and I don't like it, I can always stop and take it back off and use my Molotov pen or whatever and finish it up. But if you can see in the interior, I've already been doing some of the work, putting down foil on the seats and on the door panels. Now, I'm using this material right here for that. This is a kind of a chrome on a backing paper, just really thin chrome film. I think this is like monocoat for like RC airplanes. I bought it in a hobby shop probably 10 or 15 years ago. And it's great, but it's not as good as regular bare metal foil. I mean, the stickiness of it is not as strong as bare metal foil, so it won't conform to complex shapes and things like that. As long as your surface is flat, basically, it will stick down on there really good. So on the seats and the door panels, it worked out really good. And I'm really happy with that. But on the outside here, I want to use the good stuff. So I've got some of that on the way, and, you know, the real deal, like they said. So hopefully that'll work out pretty good. I'll just kind of spin the car around here for you and show you the paint job. I've watched a lot of videos about this kit being built, and guys are saying hit and miss on the fit of the chrome and everything. Now, I tested my bumpers and everything, and they seem to fit pretty good on this kit. I've been really lucky so far. The body, the chassis, and everything else fits really good on the kit, so far so good. Well, we'll pop the hood here and show you the engine. It's kind of one of the highlights of this kit. You can see you get the beautiful 283 small block with the classic turbojet fuel injection system by Rochester. This is an original setup that came on this car in 1957 if you ordered it. I believe this setup was first available on the Corvette in either 55 or 56, and then in 57 was the first year you could order it on the Bel Air. And it wasn't a very popular option because it was kind of expensive, and it was still a little bit quirky from the history I'm reading about it. When it was tuned right, it worked really great, but they were still working out the bugs, and a lot of dealers didn't know how to tune it, you know, so it took a few years, and then they kind of dropped it from the bigger Chevy cars and just kept it available on the Corvettes. I guess they didn't want to have to monkey with it that much, but it's a beautiful setup, and I just did a nice, you know, I de-chromed everything and redid everything with all clad, and then did some nice script work there on the valve covers and everything. Now, I'm building this car as sort of, like I said, a sort of a, you know, not an all-out race car, but kind of a hot rod, where the guy that's got this car has kind of restored it, and he's bringing it up a little bit, you know. I'm going to leave the interior engine compartment here in silver. The reason for that is that it's supposed to be all black, but I think that having it silver like that's going to, you know, it just lights up and it puts a lot more light in there, and you can clearly see the engine detail a lot better, and it's typical what guys would do when they would fix these cars up. And so I'm going to leave it at that. The kit comes from some really nice detail. You can see you get all the spark plug wires, you get heater hoses, and all that good stuff. And so it's turning out really nice. I really love the engine detail. It's one of the nicest Chevy small block, you know, that I've seen in a model kit. So it's just turning out beautiful. The dash and everything's really nice. The whole kit's really nice, actually. And but, you know, it's got some quirks, and I'm learning about that thanks to all the people out there that, you know, I love the YouTube community for that. You know, you can watch other builds and find out about all the pitfalls and everything and what to watch for. So just like people watch my videos, I watch other videos for the same reason. So, but it's turning out really good, and hopefully in the next couple days I'll get my bare metal foil and my blades, and I'll go to town, and wish me luck, you guys. Hopefully it all goes well. But like I said, if worse comes to worse, I can always go back to my basics with the pen and the Molotov or the Sharpie or whatever. So I've got another TOS 350 I'm working on right now for my client Bobby. I'll give you guys a couple glimpses of that along the way. I'm going to come back and do that addendum video I talked about with the couple things that we missed on the build series that people ask questions about. And then Bobby's model is getting a custom display base that Jerry at HDA ModelWorks is working on. It's a gorgeous base, and I'll show you that with the ship on top of it when it's all finished up. I think you guys will enjoy seeing that. It's going to be really cool. Got some unique features built into that. So you can look forward to that. And then when I wrap this one up, we're going to start on the 22-inch Eagle. I've got a couple things on order for that kit that aren't quite here yet, so that's why I kind of jumped this one ahead of the line. So I hope you guys will enjoy this anyway. We don't have as many car model guys here on the channel, but as you guys know, I like to build everything, so once in a while you're going to see some cars. and I really enjoy detailing them all out and everything. I'm kind of where what I used to do a lot before I got into modeling was a lot of car stuff. So, okay, you guys, we'll come back in a couple days with another update. I hope you guys are all doing well out there, and we'll see you next time, everybody. Take care and happy modeling.